What's going on, guys? So we are again hitched up to the Texas Pride tilt deck trailer for a pretty cool video. Now this video right off the bat, I'm just gonna be 100% clear, it is not a sponsored video, but it is a product evaluation video. And this product was provided to me at no charge to my channel for an honest, ethical review and evaluation. That being said, we're gonna take off and go ahead and pick it up and reveal what we're gonna be showing you today. Hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I am here at Coastal Bend Lawn and Garden in Portland, Texas, which is just north of Corpus Christi. So if you come to Corpus Christi, Texas, you take the big bridge that will probably be under construction for the rest of our natural lives, and you head north, you're gonna end up in Portland, Texas. And in Portland, Texas is this really awesome dealership. And they are struggling with yellow jackets just like everyone else down here right now. Man, they are everywhere, and I run into them all over the property as well. But in front of you, you were looking at the reason for this video. So in front of me is the all-new Toro Z-Master 2000 HDX. And this mower is equipped with MyRide, which is this suspension platform. This is really, really cool. Before I go any further into this, I want to give a big disclaimer that this mower was provided to me for review and evaluation by the folks over at Toro. So this is definitely something that I probably wouldn't have just gone out and purchased since I just got a Skag. And, you know, I had a couple issues with my Skag, and the folks at Toro reached out to me and said, you know what, we'd love for you to evaluate our new 2000 series. So it's going to be really interesting to actually evaluate this and use this on the property, cutting some grass. And, you know, it's a big lawn, and it's a lot to cut. So whenever you tackle that process and you go, you know, out on Saturday and you're like, I'm going to mow the grass, you're gonna be out there for several hours. So I'm definitely gonna have some seat time in this, but check this out. If I go up to my Skag and I try to press down on the suspension deck, I can't do it. I gotta sit on it and hop up and down with all my weight. Watch this. That is pretty cool. And my buddy over at Brian's Lawn Maintenance, he has a Toro as well with the MyRide, and he basically says it's the best, most comfortable suspension platform you can get on a mower. Now, you know, big disclaimer again, guys, keep in mind, we're talking about a lawnmower. We're not talking about a Cadillac. We're not talking about a Lincoln Navigator. We're talking about a lawnmower. You're always going to experience bumps. You're always going to know you're on a lawnmower. It's just the difference in knowing that you're on a comfortable lawnmower versus knowing you're on a lawnmower that has really poor suspension. But very, very cool machine here. We got it with the 60-inch wide deck. This has the Kawasaki FX 730V. This is not a fuel-injected motor, and the quickest way you can generally tell is you have a choke right here. If you don't have a choke, you generally are going to have fuel injection. Very, very cool. So with me today, I got Kevin. How you doing, Kevin?
How you doing?
I'm doing really well. Kevin was the recipient of this mower, and this is where I'm essentially picking it up out here at Coastal Bend Lawn and Garden. Really appreciate you kind of hosting us and letting us come out here to take a look at your shop as well as pick up the mower. Tell me a little bit about Toro. I know you're a Toro dealer, and you know everybody's having inventory problems. We know that that's a thing, but you know when you typically have Toros in stock, what is the value proposition with Toro? What do you like about them?
You get a good quality machine with the Toros, and they stand behind their warranties really well compared to other companies. This particular machine does have a 4-year warranty on it. A lot of machines only have 2 or 3 year warranties, so even with a commercial machine, you're getting still a long warranty on it.
Oh, that's good. And one thing you had mentioned earlier, and you can just notice by walking around and looking at it, is the fit and finish.
One thing Toro does a really good job on is the fit and the finish of the machine, the quality of their assembly line, putting it together. They really do a good job of tightening everything up and stuff on it.
Yep. I see the reinforced nose on the front of the deck, and if you look at the welding, that's all machine welded. I mean, that right there is just amazing. You look at all the welds, everything, really, really nice and clean. This is what I was talking.
Nice welds on it. It's really a nice paint job on it. They do a real good job. It's actually probably powder coated, not a paint job. But they do a really good fit and finish. You see everything on there, it's like that. I mean, it's really a good finish on it.
Absolutely. And this is what, 23.5
they call it.
23.5 horsepower. But you know, I saw a video from a company that sells Toro, and they were comparing some of the lower horsepower Toros to some of the higher horsepower competition. And something about what Toro does with their decks, something about how they manage power, for some reason produces results that you typically would have to get a larger motor for. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I've noticed it, and that's one of the things that the manufacturer does in their design and their deck. They call this their Turbo Force deck that came out about 5 years ago. So cutting through higher grass and stuff, you don't need as much horsepower as you do on other models.
Yep. So MyRide system, pretty big staple in terms of, you know, upgrades that you can get when ordering one of these. What's your feedback from just knowing how the system works?
The feedback so far has been great. A lot of people were hesitant at first on order because of the extra cost, but once they've got on the machine and run the machine, they really noticed the big difference on it.
Gotcha. Something else I noticed, you got a receiver on it, so you can actually tow with this, or at least it has it already on, whereas on my Skag I had to add it.
They do have a little receiver hitch to allow you to pull little small garden trailers.
Yeah. Yep. Garbage cans, that's my big use of it. It's got the commercial air filter up top. This is typically indicative of a commercial mower. You see it on some prosumer models, but when you get into commercial lines, they want to put an air filter in a very, very easy to manage and high up location.
Anytime you look at the FX engine, you know you're getting a full commercial Kawasaki engine.
Okay, so FX before the number is the commercial designation.
Yes.
Gotcha. So real quick, can you kind of walk me through the MyRide system in terms of how do you adjust this? Because it looks pretty complex, but I don't imagine it is.
As far as the only thing adjustments you have is the two shock absorbers on the back, which you just flip them down to unlock them, and then basically you can slide it for your different adjustments.
Okay, now something I know people are going to wonder is, are you independently adjusting the side-to-side movement with these, or are these like micro adjustments? So if I move this one all the way to 5 and I put this one on 1, is it still only going to move kind of up and down, or am I adjusting it so it's firmer on one side?
It will adjust to one side or the other. The factory does recommend to keep them both the same though.
Okay,
when you adjust one to one position, you want to put the other one in the same position.
All right, so as we come around to the front, I see one more spring up here, and this one's not adjustable, right?
The front spring is not adjustable.
Okay, gotcha. Here's your deck height adjustment. It looks like we can go all the way from 1 to 5 inches,
1 to
right?
5, actually.
5, this is where you would manage your spindles, I take it. These pop off, I'm guessing?
Yeah, those snap off.
Push down and there's your spindles. Okay, so everyone I talk to has different best practices in terms of when you're done mowing, how you clean your mower. I've been doing it with a blower, and if there's anything wet on it, get it off. But what's your best recommendation?
The best thing is to blow it dry, you know, clean it off. If you do have mud, you need to wash it. Yes, wash it off, but then blow it back dry. Get the water dried up on it.
Gotcha. I do like this. I like the fact that, you know, if you're mowing out in a ranch area and you got ranch fence next to you, it doesn't seem as if you have to worry about damaging that quite as bad as you would if it were plastic.
Being that is a good rubber material, it is very durable, and like I said, if you're doing along a fence, you're not going to tear it off or mess it up.
Good deal. Let's go over some of the controls real quick. So this is going to be to release and lock your deck height, right?
Yes, this is your foot control. This one locks it all the way up, actually. So this one you're going to pull back to release it.
Okay.
This
drop your pin.
Magnetically controlled, so you ain't going to lose that.
Oh, that's cool. Magnetic pin.
So when you put that in, it's not going to just pop out without actually pulling it.
Got it. We have our ignition here, PTO engagement here. Oh, so here's a big one. So Skag recommends to engage PTO at 3/4 throttle. So basically, you know, right about here. On some other brands, and this was kind of one of the things a lot of folks left in the comments, some brands recommend full throttle. I don't know if any of them recommend less than 3/4 throttle, but on a Toro, what do they suggest?
Just 3/4 to full throttle.
3/4 to full throttle. And why would you not want to engage it lower than that?
Because of the engine RPM, and the engine horsepower does not kick in until a higher RPM, and that'll shorten the life of a belt. And
it's a lot of weight to start moving, right?
A lot of weight, a lot of centrifugal energy there. You got to get turning to get going, and that's why you want on most any machine that RPM to kick it in.
Gotcha. Great. Coming around this side. I am guessing, is this a high-low, or what are we looking at here?
Parking brake.
Okay, that's our parking brake. All right. Any other controls that I'm missing? Well, real quick, I love the fact that you got this here. That's really amazing. It's the little things that put a smile on your face. And you know, I hate to say it, when my boots are wet and I get on my Skag sometimes and I step right there, my foot wants to just slip out from underneath me. I love the fact that they put not only a little platform here, you can clean some grass or dirt off of your boots, but you can also just get on and get off without worrying about
Yeah, so
killing yourself.
Basically, it points out a part for you to put your foot on to step on the machine. A lot of people are worried about stepping on the deck, or do not want you to step on the deck.
Yeah.
But they're showing that there is a place you can step on the deck to help you get up on the
Yep.
machine.
And you certainly don't want to step on these plastic covers that cover the spindles themselves.
LED light in the front, from standard.
Yep, oh, that is really nice. A lot of mowers, things like that, are aftermarket. Every little thing is aftermarket on a lot of mowers. There are so many accessories that you can get for this, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that's just included, like the little trailer receiver on the back. That is super cool. I had to go out and buy it and install it on mine. It's just included on here. Trying to think of what else we can look at.
You have double USB ports.
Well, that is cool. I mean, if your phone is dying on you and you want to charge it while you're in the driver's seat, the cup holder. I didn't look at the cup holder. There's your cup holder right there. And look, you have a spot for spare change.
Another little slot in the back.
No, that is very cool. This is probably for your phone since you're going to be charging it. Another little spot too. Very, very cool. And these holes right here are all designed for accessory brackets. So you can put things like a weed eater holder, a bucket holder up front. So one final thing, and this is going to be kind of your opportunity to plug what you do. You are trying to sell a good product to your customers. And there's a huge difference between something like this, or something like a Dixie chopper, or something like a Skag, but something like this compared to what you might pick up at a Home Depot or a Lowe's. And I'm not knocking those, because there's always a place for those, especially if that's what your budget entails, and that's all you can get. But if your budget has flexibility and you can move to something like this, why would you want to?
Basically, you're getting a mower that will last you a lot longer time. The life is extremely better, and not only mows quicker, but it's going to hold up to the rigors and environment of South Texas.
Or anywhere in the country, right?
Correct.
Yep. And from a service perspective, can they expect, if you pick up a mower from Lowe's, that you're going to get any type of service that you might get here in a shop that's kind of dedicated to this?
A shop like this, normally my shop and other shops that do this type of work, our main business is the service inside of this. We do service every mower before it leaves. If you have a question after it, you have a person that you can call and ask questions to, unlike some of the box stores where you buy the machine and you're stuck with it, or they try to send it out for repairs or warranty. Basically, with the independent dealer, when you purchase a mower or a machine from that, you're normally buying years and years of experience with mowers and mowing machines. So you're getting that experience and knowledge whenever you purchase equipment from the small independent dealers.
Yep. And you know, the number one thing people told me when I was shopping for mowers and for tractors, it's not necessarily the brand. The brand does matter. What you're getting with it matters, so do your research. But it's the service after the sale. It's the company you buy it from. That's ultimately what's going to make the difference between a good experience and a bad experience. And everyone knows, you watch my channel, you know the challenges I've dealt with. Service after the sale matters.
And that's basically our slogan here at Coastal Bend Lawn and Garden, is we service what we sell.
Outstanding. So, plug, where are you located? Give an address, phone number.
911 Railroad Avenue in Portland, Texas. Phone number is 361-777-0277.
Awesome, man. Well, let's get this thing loaded up, running around, and I guess we got to get it running around, then load it up, and we'll wrap this up. But Kevin, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for having us out and hosting us and getting this set up for us.
Thank you.
And even though this isn't the fastest mower on the market, it sure as heck feels really fast. I mean, it does not feel like a slouch. It feels super quick. If you're using this for commercial applications and you need to hop from one yard to one that might be like 4 or 5 houses down the street or more, you certainly are going to be fine in something like this. It's quick. It's not the fastest again, but it's quick. Sorry about the wind noise. The wind really ratcheted up now, and we got like 30-mile-an-hour gusts coming through, so hopefully you can still hear me okay. Yep, very interested in seeing how this thing performs overall. very happy. Big shout out to the folks over at Toro for allowing me to review this and evaluate it. Again, they did provide this to me. I didn't have to pay anything for it, so I really appreciate that. That supports my channel and my content, because Lord knows I can't just go out and buy lawnmowers every time I want to review something. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.